Athanasio Celia, and I have held all these treasures in my hands to examine their authenticity and to evaluate them. I have also represented these treasures and many more by my written reports and statements worldwide through the mass media.
First time in my life I saw something like this.
One art expert believes the book is authentic.
This book is a unique treasure which allows us to get into the soul of the artist. We can see how he was feeling at the time through the way he made his signature on each sketch.
My assessment is that this painting is a unique, authentic painting, and it is a painting he made in the last year of his life.
But if someone asks me today what the greatest treasure I've ever seen is, I will answer that undoubtedly and definitively it is something that is real, but not material. It is a quadrangle, 11 by 12, formed by 132 capital letters of the Greek alphabet, which was recorded by a man during a vision he experienced in 2001.
A study revealed that the text is readable in 115 different ways in the ancient Greek language, and parallel it encloses depictions and symbols. Besides, it can be simultaneously deciphered mathematically, with main keystone of the deciphering the number 666, which is known from the New Testament as the number mentioned in the end of the 13th chapter of the Revelation of St. John. The whole process of the deciphering shows off an unbreakable mathematical, geometrical and theological coherence, which in the end presents 10 big revealing texts. The vision text, which has as its principal symbol the crucifix of Jesus Christ, is the contemporary revelation.
The scientific study and the deciphering of that vision text, of that quadrangle with 132 letters, was conducted by me in collaboration with a team of the best scientists I could find in mathematics, physics, theology and parapsychology. It turned out that this vision text is God's new revelation. It is the first time that the Almighty speaks to us directly. The result of the scientific study is a unique phenomenon in book form. It is like a software that connects you directly with the Celestial Father. Once you have experienced it, you will have infinite mental power through the ultimate truth. The publications of God's new revelation in Greek and in German shocked the readers and became bestsellers. Since February 2018, the book is also available in English with the title God's Letters, 132 capital letters recorded during a vision in 2001, prove scientifically God's new revelation. I created this audiovisual contact, this video, much more to answer publicly to the following question. How is it possible that you never heard anything until now about the most important event of the human history, although it is published in 3 languages, and although it became a bestseller. Is it because the author, Celia, is unknown? But of course not. You showed me before speaking on the leading mass media. Is it then perhaps because the particular scientific study is worthless? Neither that can be the reason. Because the German edition is published by the Honorable Publisher Traugott Bautz, who is publishing also the German biographical encyclopedia covering persons related to the history of the Church. And it is signed also by the top scientists. So what is the reason then to try to hide God's revelations from the people? Why are the mass media silent? To give a realistic answer to that, we must firstly examine to whom the mass media belong. The owners of the mass media are formally 6 companies controlled by a handful of billionaires. But because the owners are not really competitors, but rather colleagues and friends who join the same billionaire private clubs, we can confidently speak about one and the same mass media system which serves the establishment. What is the establishment? The establishment are at the moment 193 individuals who inherited the power over the population of the so-called Western world. That includes the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and Japan. I know many of them personally, because as you understand, only these people can collect treasures that worth millions, and they often come to me for the evaluation of their art collections. But what means they inherited the power over the population? Do we not have democracy? No. We definitely don't have democracy. We never ever had democracy. The term representative democracy was constructed to give the illusion to the masses through the term democracy that their vote counts and that they have something to decide. But in truth, the representatives, so all the politicians, are always serving the establishment. Michael J. Klarman, an American legal historian and professor at Harvard, notes in his book with the title The Framers' Coup, the Making of the United States Constitution. I quote, "The convention's predominant bent was not only nationalist but also striking anti-democratic, even by the standards of the time." Published by Oxford University Press. So, we learn from that professor that it was since the beginning no democracy. Did that status maybe change over the years? No. The same theatrical performance remained. Another professor, the Princeton University professor Sedron Volin, notes in his book with the title Democracy Incorporated, Managed Democracy and the Spectre of Inverted Totalitarianism, that, I quote, "The United States has become the showcase of how democracy can be managed without appearing to be suppressed." Princeton University Press. Now, you can ask yourselves, why you never heard before this video anything about these American professors and their publications? Exactly as you never heard anything about God's new revelation. Because the key role in all that theatrical performance is played by the mass media. Upton Sinclair, an American politician and Pulitzer Prize winner, notes in his book with the title The Brush Check. I quote, "Journalism is one of the means by which an economic autocracy controls democracy, whereby the minds of the people are kept in a state of acquiescence so that when the crisis of an election comes, they go to the polls and cast their ballots for either one of the two candidates of their exploiters." But why is it so? Why can a group of a few persons control and deceive billions of people? Because there is a well-kept secret. The secret is that there are existing rules in the human mind, which are of course the same for everyone. That means that all of us have the same mechanics of mind. Those who know about that fact and who implement the rules of the human mind through the mass media are ruling the masses. Everything that we hear or see is forming us. That is why we speak about information. It is going in us and it automatically forms us, whether we like it or not. Even if we know rationally that it cannot be true, the rules of the mind have no exceptions. We all have to react on the same way. Can you, for instance, explain why you cry in a movie although you know that's only a fantastic story played by actors? Or why you are scared by a thriller although you know that it's only a movie? It's because, according to the rules of mind, you have to perceive it as real, although your logic tells you the opposite. Can you explain how it is possible that people go to the Big Brother reality show by knowing that there are hidden cameras and microphones everywhere, but after a while they start to act and speak as cameras and microphones would not exist? It is because according to the rules of the human mind, and I repeat, there are not exceptions. If you not perceive something, you forget that it's real, even if your logic tells you the opposite. The establishment knows very well why they never appear on cameras. They know very well why they never give interviews. They know very well why they continue with the democracy movie. Walter Lippmann, an American writer, reporter, and political commentator, notes in his book with the title Public Opinion, I quote, "News and truth are not the same thing and must be clearly distinguished." Let's return now to our initial question. Why the establishment don't want their new revelation of God? Because, my dear friends, this gloriously and scientific proven new revelation frees your handcuffs and gives you automatically back the dignity that was stolen from you. Because you are now in fact and proven not an evolutionary accident on that planet. You are not stardust. You are the sons and the daughters of God. Because of that title, the planet belongs to you. This title empowers you to get back all the rights of the creation of your celestial Father from the monopolistic establishment. Every one of you who are watching now, Eugene, Joe, Anne, Kathy, Luke, Peter, Nick, Liz, every one of you is shareholder of that fantastic creation. Each of you has a share with his own name written on that share. That is the notion that makes the establishment very nervous. They fear. They fear the moment when you will realize that your time is not the money anymore which they print. They fear the moment when you will realize that your time is your life. They fear the moment when you will want to get your time and your life back from them. And most of all, they fear God, who now scientifically proven exists, and who will judge them. My dear brothers and sisters, I appeal to you. Connect to your Father. He revealed himself for you. He loves you. Don't betray him. Don't betray your Father.